This is Uncut with KJH, but this is a series that I'm going to call Shorts, which are going to be short and sweet, few minutes long, hopefully, just sort of, you know, to the point, very detailed things versus a full look. So each of these should compile a full look because I'm actually going to just create a bunch of them right now. But I just want them to be easy to a point and, you know, whatever. This one's going to be skin prep. I've got nothing on my skin. I just washed my face a few minutes ago. Am I in focus? We are checking focus. I'm in focus. Okay, great. Locking focus. I'm using an app called Pro Movie Recorder. My friend Caroline from back home told me about it. Okay, so skin prep is really important to what's underneath, to your makeup and the way the makeup's going to wear and the way the makeup is going to look. If you know you're going to be out and about all day long and you know, want your makeup to last all day long, you have to really consider what kind of foundation or concealer you want to wear, and therefore then what are you going to put under that. So for example, if I'm going to wear a dewy foundation, I probably wouldn't put too much skincare under that because that's going to make it too wet. It's going to dewify that dewy foundation even more. If I'm going to do a matte foundation or concealer, I would do a bit more skin prep underneath that consistency of foundation or concealer. So that being said, if I'm going out and about in the sunshine all day long, the one ingredient that I will put on my face is SPF. I will absolutely do an SPF underneath. It's 6 o'clock at night, so I'm just gonna do, and obviously you know how to put SPF on, so SPF is a bit of a no-brainer. So I'm not gonna show you that right now because it's not really educational, I don't think. But I am gonna show you how I would prep my skin for like maybe a day where I was gonna be in meetings all day long or on set or having pictures, I don't know what scenario, but a scenario where you don't need to wear SPF because that's easy, just throw your SPF on and put your makeup on top. But a scenario where you just need to kind of like be aware of your skin sliding around, you see your makeup sliding around. So first and foremost, always a bit of lip balm. This is the Chanel lip balm, just a touch on my lip. I already had a touch on. Next, if I want to do like a stretch concealer from Glossier, I might not even sometimes put much under that at all. Maybe a serum, if that, because it's quite a wet lubricant concealer, if you like. If I was going to do a NARS soft matte, I'll compare the two. NARS soft matte is matte and velvety, whereas Glossier is shiny and a little bit wet almost, which I love. I love them both for very different reasons. I actually might use both of them just in order of sort of showing you the education. If I can find my shade, I've got G12, that's not my shade. So we have here G8, I can make G8 work. So for example, if I know I'm going to use this, and if it's warm outside, I will not put anything underneath it, except for my SPF. If I am going to go about my day and I want my skin to look really dewy, I will maybe put like a little bit of a serum underneath this. Is this making any sense? It's you just really have to be aware and sort of play with the textures of things really well and make sure things kind of just don't shear other things down, for lack of a better term. Okay, so I've got a little bit of a serum. This is the Rose Inc serum. I'm going to show you the bottle now. I'm just getting rid of the stuff that comes out of the neck of the bottle when you haven't used it for a minute. This one. This is the Rose Inc Radiant Reveal Serum. So, quite important to know on your face where you're going to get shiny throughout the day. I get shiny throughout the day here in the T-zone, so I'm actually going to avoid that area completely, and I'm going to just go to the high points of my face with the serum, and I'm just using the phone as the mirror and just sort of popping it there just to give me a little bit of shine and a little bit of slip. I might take a little bit more just to enhance all of that. This is more of a oil serum than it is. It's not like a sinks in and leaves your skin matte serum. It's definitely a glowy serum. I love it so much. Okay, and then down the nose. Okay, and then I will decide what I'm going to put over that. Where's my cloth? I did have a cloth and it's gone walkies, but that's okay. I will then take a little bit of stretch concealer on a brush. I'm going to take a medium-sized brush like this Refa number 24. I'm using this Refa brush because I'm going to take this and smear it across my entire face as almost like a tinted moisturizer. So I'm taking it thinly and creating a thin veil. And then I'm going to end up going in with something matte and more full coverage in just a few places. And you can use this approach to many, many things. So you can do this with a tinted moisturizer. You can do this with a foundation. If you do this with a full coverage foundation, but you want to sheer it down, you can put even more moisturizer under it. I always find that like there's so many nuances to makeup, and there's so many reasons why something would sort of change another thing, and it really kind of makes me pause before saying it, because I don't want to get it to be, I don't want to confuse people more. So I really hope that it's making sense. Now with this concealer, which is actually a touch too light for me, this is Vanilla Light 2, but number 8 from Glossier is a bit too warm for me right now, so hopefully we'll be somewhere good. This brush is number 10 from Sculpt by Spectrum. I'm now going to take this really softly, just on a few parts of the face, and just skim it under the eyes and brighten as well as conceal further and give myself a little bit more coverage. And because it's matte, it's actually going to soak up a little bit of the shine in that T-zone, a little bit, that the Glossier probably added to a touch because it's a shiny concealer, but you know, it's fine. And then I'm just going to finish the same on the other side, and then what's left on this brush, because the shade's a bit bright, I'll just apply it around the nose in any areas where I don't need that much, and a little bit of what's left in the brush over the eyes. And honestly, that's like kind of how I would start my complexion, or how I would even start, you know, a celebrity complexion if I was doing celebrity makeup. What I would now do though is put on a little tiny bit of powder and then sort of just build it a little bit throughout. If you only use a tiny bit of powder, you can kind of you definitely have a little bit of flexibility with what you do and how you adjust those textures if you don't use too much powder. But I'll just show you the appropriate amount of powder to use right now if you were going to maybe go back in with more complexion a bit later. This is Charlotte Tilbury's number 1, my number 8 with Spectrum. I'm just going to take it onto this and then just get rid of the excess, and then just skim it really lightly around the eye and around the nose and around the mouth, just to control the shine. And this is definitely not a short, this is a 7-minute video, but maybe that is actually a short as far as YouTube goes. And I mean, that's really it. That's kind of skin prep. Is just a little bit of a serum if I'm going to do a dewy prep. Maybe another day I'll do skin prep for a more full coverage makeup. It's very hard to know what people want to see because there's so many things that you could create as a makeup artist online. So please always don't be shy and drop some recommendations in the box below. And obviously, again, like I said earlier, if you ever want to just go in with a little bit more, just slight amount of product, and you actually won't, for example here where I'm a little bit shiny, you won't pull and move things around if you just gradually keep building things. And, you know, get there slowly. In time, getting there slowly will allow for you to sort of be quick, because you will sort of have perfected the amount that you want and so on and so forth. All right, that, my friends, is about it for this video. I'm next going to do a little bit of a bronzer video, I think. So maybe that will be somewhere on the YouTube for you to watch also. If you haven't yet, please like or subscribe, or both would be great. Thanks so much for your support, and I'm so happy to be on YouTube finally. And I really hope that you like this format. Lots of love. Bye.